In the past 30 days, I got over 700,000 views on YouTube, 17,000 new subscribers, and generated over $100,000 in the AI space. And the truth is, AI isn't coming, it's already here. And right now we are in the AI gold rush. Now, it's not just me. One of my clients, Sandy, we started her YouTube channel 6 months ago, and now she's making over $30,000 with her AI business. And this is someone who literally started from zero and didn't even know what Claude was at the time. Now, if you want to make money with Claude, you might watch a bunch of YouTube channels, but what I've observed is that most of these creators are making it super complicated. You don't need all these complex automations and tools and the next big thing. You just need to understand how you need to get clients. So in this video, I want to share with you the easiest way to get started if you are a total beginner. And this is the exact process I used to quit my 9-to-5 job to move to Vietnam to build my online business. And I'm actually filming this video here in Phuket, Thailand, because I'm here for 7 days for a Muay Thai training camp while being able to work online as long as I have a laptop, a camera, and an internet connection. And what's crazy is now I make more in 1 month than I did an entire year working for somebody else. And don't worry, I'll show you how you can actually monetize. But first, let me explain why this AI gold rush is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now, I've been in the internet space for 7 years now, right? I've seen the online course space blow up. I've been a part of the crypto and NFT blow up as well. But now that everyone's catching on to AI, I have never seen a boom this big. AI is so huge and the demand is insane that mediocre creators are making tens of thousands of dollars per month. Mediocre agencies that barely do any work are also making a ton of money. Now, this is not an exaggeration, right? If you were to go on Google Trends, so let's go ahead and look at the past 10 years, right? So there was a point in 2022 and even like 2021, like crypto had its moment, right? It was huge, it was getting big, right? And that was when everyone was buying NFTs and everything like that. But if you thought that was a boom, like look at AI right now, like how huge it is compared to crypto. AI is at 92. It's like multiple times bigger than the crypto industry has ever been, even at its peak. That's just to show you how crazy this demand is. And my prediction is demand is going to continue to go up. I mean, like less than 1% of the world is actually using Claude right now. Now, the thing is, the AI gold rush is not going to last forever, right? Like every boom, there's going to be a bust. And when there is a bust, in the end, only the strong will survive. So it's very similar to, let's say, the actual gold rush when everyone was moving over to California to mine for gold, right? They say, if you look in history, the ones that made the most money are the ones that sold the picks and shovels. So if you look at Levi's, they're selling the equipment for the miners, the jeans, to go out and look for the gold. Now, obviously, most people are digging for gold for years and not finding anything. Some people do succeed, majority of people fail. But the people that sell the supplies are always going to make money as long as there's interest. And now when I look at AI, I think of it like the new gold. And so when there is a bust and people aren't mining for gold anymore, then you have to just take the funds that you have, pivot a little bit, adapt, and now Levi's is a lifestyle brand. So now the way I look at it is whether you want to be a creator, a service provider, you want to do AI automations, this is the boom that you need to be taking advantage of. Now, real quick, I want to share that back in the day when I was working at 9-to-5, I really didn't like the company politics. I didn't like building another person's dreams, and truthfully, I wanted to build my own. And instead of working in a cubicle all day, I wanted to move to Asia, live out here, find love, and just enjoy my life, right? And it's funny because back in the day when I quit my job, I actually moved over to Thailand to try to become a digital nomad, tried so many different ideas and failed and pretty much lost all my money. But fortunately, when I was down to my last $200, I figured out how to make my first $1,000 online, and it completely changed my life. And that's why I actually created this free training coming up where I want to show you exactly my process on that transition from being a full-time employee to being my own boss, all the pitfalls that I ran into and hopefully can share with you so you don't have to fall into those pitfalls, and really show you how to find your business idea, how to build your personal brand like I have on YouTube, right? And also how to actually sign clients and make money. Now, I'm making over $100,000 a month right now, but in the beginning, you know, even just making $4,000 a month would essentially buy me freedom. That's how much I was making actually when I decided to move out of America permanently. So you only need a little bit to get started. And once you have that, you have the freedom to do whatever it is that you want and figure out how to make more money. So if you want to learn my entire process, I actually have a free training coming up. It's live, there's no replays, it's a multiple day event. So if you want to sign up, I put a link in the description and I will see you live. Now, when it comes to taking advantage of these booms, you might wonder, what are the best business models to pursue if you were to make money using AI and Claude? In my opinion, the best business models have high profit margins, low capital investment, meaning you don't have to invest a lot of money, speed to first 10K, meaning how fast can you get to 10K so you can actually quit your job, and sustainable long-term. Just because something makes money this month, like it doesn't mean it's a good opportunity, right? It needs to be something that can last you 5, 10 years for the rest of your career. Now, when it comes to making money with Claude and other AI tools, right? Some people say, oh, you gotta vibe code some apps. But the reality is 99% of apps actually don't even make $100. Yeah, there are some that make millions, but most people, they're making things that cannot even make a single dollar. Now, what about faceless YouTube channels? People say, oh, it's so easy, $20,000 a month. In reality, I mean, as a YouTuber myself, it's not that easy. There's no brand, there's no moat. The moment you have something that works, you're gonna have 20 copycats because they're all just stealing, copyrighted content and things like that, right? And YouTube is mass banning these AI accounts. Now, what about Etsy templates, right? People are saying like, oh, make a PDF or Notion template on Etsy. Well, if anyone can make these templates and they can copy you with a $20 Claude subscription, it's not really a sustainable business in my opinion. Now, what about AI dropshipping, right? People are saying, oh, just run ads and like build a store. I mean, it's the same as regular dropshipping, to be honest, right? So it's like high spend, low margins. The manufacturers are going to compete against you, and it's really a race to the bottom because there are other people who have professionalized this and they're willing to take low margins with high volume. It's not the most beginner-friendly model in my opinion. So if I'm saying all these models don't really work, what would be the best model? Let's get into what I believe is the best way to be making money with Claude and AI right now. So if you want to sell the picks and shovels, you want to take advantage of AI, you want to take advantage of Claude, I see two very viable options. Option number one is to become a creator. So I would technically fall into this category where you see my YouTube, you see me getting hundreds of thousands of views, and you're seeing me making over $100,000 per month. Now, in a sense, I am selling the picks and shovels too, because I see the demand for AI. So anytime there's a hot topic around Claude or ways people want to make money, I do it myself. I share what works. I share what works with my clients, and other people want to learn as well because there's a lot of demand. So when you're a creator, there's a lot of ways you can make money. Number one, brand deals. Like these AI companies right now are spending a ton on creators, not just me, but everywhere on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. Literally, they're spending like hundreds of, maybe even billions at this point, right? The thing is, there's so much money in the ecosystem because all these AI companies have raised a lot of money and they're not even profitable, but they're spending a lot of money on creators just to try to be that top 5% that survive in this boom. The other way to make money as a creator is to sell education, courses, teaching people things related to AI, and also selling some kind of service as well. Now, I want to get into services because nowadays we have AI-powered services, which is going to be option number two. Now, not a lot of people want to be a creator, right? Maybe you want to create content just so you can get clients. Now, this is where AI-powered services come in because you can monetize by just consulting, doing AI automations, workflows, or just delivering everyday services powered by AI. So let me give you some examples of what an AI-powered service is. Let's say it's like you're sending cold emails or doing lead generation, right? These are things that have already existed before AI, but if you use Claude and other AI tools, you can get it done way faster, like 10 times faster and easier, right? It could be LinkedIn ghostwriting for founders, writing scripts for other YouTubers, doing thumbnails. Even the thumbnail designer that I hired, he uses AI all the time to make the thumbnails, right? AI-powered SEO services, AI-powered DM setting, any kind of sales-related thing, or even making dashboards for people, right? I actually have a client, Sean. He's found this company where they had humans making these PowerPoints, right? These pretty PowerPoints, but somebody would be sitting down all day making them, and it would cost a lot of money. They wanted to automate it, and they were like, hey, we tried to use Claude ourselves. It didn't really work. Sean, can you help us figure it out? We'll pay you a couple $1,000s a month. So obviously Sean knows a little bit more about AI and Claude than they do. And so he's just pumping out these slides for them very easily with Claude. It's basically doing all the work, and he's collecting thousands of dollars per month just doing this. Now you might wonder, why doesn't the company just do it themselves? It's because they don't have an AI guy. They don't have someone who's like spending the time watching YouTube like you're watching now to learn all this stuff. CEOs are busy. Directors are busy. They don't have AI people, right? So you can be that person that sells the picks and shovels to help these businesses make more money. And the truth is, every single one of these services that I'm sharing with you has existed before AI. The only difference now is you're using Claude and other tools similar to Claude to deliver on the service making it cheaper and faster and better than a human can do. So the way I think about it is, if there's a human out there getting paid thousands of dollars to do a repetitive job, that is something that AI can replace. No matter if it's HR, finance, marketing, sales, anything where you look at a computer screen, you can automate a lot of it. I would say like 90% of it with AI. Of course, you still need a human to oversee it, build the infrastructure and the system, but the AI is doing all the heavy lifting. Now, if you need help finding your business idea, I actually have a free gift for you. I have my Ikigai Claude skill that's tailored to help you find AI-powered business ideas. So all you have to do is go into the link in description, download this Claude skill. It's completely for free. Double click it, open it and install it into your Claude. You go inside Claude Cowork and then you type /PD Ikigai AI, help me find my Ikigai, and then you press enter. What's going to happen is it's going to ask you a series of questions so you can help it understand what is it that you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. It's going to find the intersection of all these 4 points and then help you figure out what your unique business idea should be based on your skills, knowledge, and experience. This is the exact process I took Sean through in order for him to build his AI automation business. And it's also what I'd taken Sandy through, who's one of my clients, where she literally went from 200 subscribers 3 months ago in the AI space, not really knowing too much, to now 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, making over $30,000 per month. And this is someone who started out as a beginner and didn't even know what Claude was. So once you enter your information in the Ikigai, what's going to happen is it's going to create a report like this. And in this example, I said, I have a client, Tom. I'm helping him build his offer and business. And he's a sales rep who wants to transition into helping other businesses, implement AI systems, right? This is just an example, but I don't want to get too deep into the technicals, but it's going to give you like who the person is. So it's going to be you, recommended price points, how many clients you need to get to 20K per month or 10K per month, depending on your goals. And then it kind of matches like what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you can be paid for. And then what I programmed it to do is to do really deep research. So it's going to search Twitter, X, Reddit, YouTube, everything pretty much to see where the supply and demand is, because you're looking for an opportunity where a lot of people need it. There's not a lot of people that sell it. So that even if you're a beginner and you position yourself as the AI guy or the AI girl, people naturally just want to talk to you to learn more. Without the whole AI spin, it probably would be very difficult for you to get meetings, but with AI, because it's so new and the demand is so hot, like I was showing you on Google Trends, they take your calls. That's why Sean, someone who like literally just started learning AI stuff 6 months ago, he's gotten a lot of clients making a few $100,000 a year implementing AI systems right now for other businesses. And what's really cool about this skill is it's going to show you different competitors, their price points. And what I like to do is I like to look at what's already selling and see what difference or change I can make in my service or offering so that I can be different from the competition. But obviously there's more details on helping you, validate the offer and everything like that. It's going to give it a score to see if this is a good opportunity. So if you want this free skill, check the link in the description, download the Ikigai AI version of this skill, which is an updated new version that I created, and try it out for yourself. So let's get into the question of how do you actually sign clients, right? Let's say you're creating a following, building a personal brand, maybe people are reaching out to you, or maybe you're just cold outbounding them on LinkedIn and you're reaching out to them. So let's say you're building a personal brand on YouTube like I do, right? And you want to take the perspective of the creator. You want to create content, maybe build a community, sell some kind of school community maybe, or maybe you want to sell some kind of service, right? How it works is like this. You create content and you get people to come to you for free. If you have a camera and a laptop, you put it together, you edit it, you can use AI to edit the content, put it out, people come for free, right? Being on YouTube is free. You don't have to pay for ads. Now, what I do is I push the traffic to different lead magnets. So if you notice in this video, I said, hey guys, download the free Claude skill. Sometimes I'll say, hey, book a call with me and my team. And other times I'll say, hey, I got a free live training, free webinar coming up. Check it out. Give me your email and phone number, and then you can get that free live training. So it's basically a bunch of free things, right? And the call itself also is almost like a free consultation call. So I don't try to monetize right on YouTube and say, hey guys, buy my stuff. I need to get their email, get their phone number, nurture them a bit, and then see if they're the right fit to purchase anything that I have. Now, one of the ways to build a landing page is actually just to vibe code it, right? So one thing I've been playing around with is Hosting Your Horizons, who's actually the partner for this video. So for Hosting Your, originally it was a platform where you can like buy your domain, set up your email, build your website, all that kind of stuff, right? And they recently added this new feature where you could vibe code websites for landing pages and apps. So I've been testing it out with landing pages, right? So you can see here, it's like build your one-person business with AI, and this landing page is going to be for a webinar. And it's very simple. It's just like first name, email, phone number, save my seat, picture of me, and then some copy on, just why I think people should sign up. Now, for these very simple landing pages, I typically get around a 40 to 45% conversion rate. So don't think you have to make it like super fancy, right? Like as long as it's clear, you're offering something valuable, people will sign up. Now, how it works is essentially I'll find a reference, like an image of like a previous website I did. I'll put in the reference and I'll say, hey, can you make me a new website based on this? And then I'll go ahead and change the aesthetic, making a dark background, making it blue instead of orange. And really just like having a conversation with it like you do with any AI, right? But it just constantly changes everything. And you can even like go into the edit content and just like change it yourself if you wanted to. And yeah, after a couple of back and forths, as you can see, it's like pretty simple. You just have a full-fledged website that's actually working. And I was also testing it out with, let's say if I were to sell like a $297 like digital product or online course, right? I basically had a format that I liked. I basically just like started from scratch. And then I uploaded a lot of text from Apple to, like apple.com, right? To match the typography. And then I put a bunch of pictures of me so that it uses them. And then this is pretty much what it got in just a couple of minutes of using it, right? So pretty clean. It's usable for sure. So it's pretty clean. It implemented all the photos pretty well and like the gradients and stuff, pretty nice. So you see for the starter plan, it's going to be $14 per month. And then essentially you have 70 credits per month. If you need more, you can go ahead and buy more. If you don't, it's totally fine. And if you don't like the product for any reason, there's a 30-day money back guarantee.
And if you want to get the further discount on this, you can actually buy 12 months at a time, and it's going to be significantly cheaper compared to buying it per month. So the prices are on the page. Check it out.
So there's a lot of use case with it, whether it's for digital products, booking a time on your calendar, or even just any kind of lead magnet.
Now, if you want to get started, go ahead and check the link in the description to get 10% off using the code Patrick.
So that's the route if you were to monetize being a creator. But what about if you just wanted to create AI-powered services and just get clients? Now, there's really two ways to go about it. Number one is creating content. So even though you may not see yourself as a creator, nowadays, pretty much if you're a business owner, you kind of have to have a personal brand. It just makes it way more easier for people to trust you and want to buy from you. It doesn't mean you need a big following, but if let's say you DM people on LinkedIn, well, it would be nice if you posted at least once per day. It could be text and a photo. If you don't want to, you're camera shy, you don't have to like show your face all the time. You can really dominate with text. So there's different ways to do it depending on your preference. Now, the other way to do it is outreach, right? Whether it's using Upwork, LinkedIn DMs, or cold email, or even just hitting people up on forums or Instagram, right? Every platform does work. It just depends on who your ideal customer is, what you're selling, and what they're used to. Now, if you were to start from the basics, I would say you should start with your initial network because that's going to be the warmest. This is going to be the easiest so you can get proof of concept. And if you're going to do cold, I would recommend doing LinkedIn, and that's connecting with 200 people per week. 40% will accept. That's 80 people. So that means you're sending 80 DMs a week essentially, right? And from those 80 DMs, ideally you get a couple clients who pay you a couple $1,000s each. All right, so that's the entire blueprint that I use, Sandy used, and all of my clients have used to generate over $10,000 per month in AI. Now, this is really just 20% of what you need to do. If you want the other 80%, you want to make sure you sign up for my free live training that's coming up, where we're going to show you how to come up with your business idea, especially related to AI. How do you actually build a personal brand and get meetings with your ideal customer? And most importantly, how do you actually sign high-ticket clients? And the whole point of this all is actually to buy your freedom so that maybe you can be here in Thailand with me training Muay Thai. Now, if you want to sign up for the live training, I put a link in the description. It's going to be live. It's going to be a multiple day event, and there's not going to be a replay. So you want to make sure you secure your spot now before we run out. And if you want to watch another YouTube video, check out this one where I show you how to build a profitable online business from scratch.